So the hot topic with Amazon recently has been on account suspensions, launch services, and giveaways. So let's talk about that today, and I'll dispel some of the misinformation that's been going around the internet. But first, my name is Crescent, and if this is our first time meeting, welcome to my channel. My passion is sharing tips and strategies on how you can create a successful Amazon FBA private label business. So if you enjoy videos like this, or especially if you've been around my channel, consider subscribing. All right, let's get started. Okay, so unless you've been hiding under a rock for the past month or so, you've probably seen a trending topic in all the FBA Facebook groups and online forums about people getting their accounts suspended, claiming that it's due to using a launch service and doing giveaways. My community hasn't been immune to this either. People have been concerned and asking about this issue in my Facebook group, discussion forum, and emailing me and sending me messages asking about my thoughts and opinions on this matter. Well, for the last few weeks, I've been investigating into this matter by trying to gather factual evidence of what's really been going on and what the actual causes are. As most of you probably already know, the internet is filled with a bunch of misinformation, and just because it's online doesn't mean it's true. So after countless hours of scouring the internet, reading posts, blogs, articles, and listening to podcasts on this issue, I've gathered details behind the suspension gate in this short video so you don't have to. And I'll post links to some of the sources where I got this information from so you don't have to take my word for it. These sources are actually some of the big players in the FBA industry. So basically, there's three questions that I'm going to address here. One, are these suspensions really happening? Two, what is the real cause for the suspensions? And three, how can you avoid getting suspended? Okay, first, are accounts really being suspended? The short answer is yes. Amazon has recently suspended a bunch of accounts that have violated their terms of service, but I want to make it clear it's not directly related to using a launch service or doing a giveaway or promotion. Using a launch service or running a promotion is not against Amazon's terms of service. In fact, Amazon invites sellers to bring outside traffic, and because Amazon is buyer-centric, they want sellers to offer discounts and promotions to their buyers. So that brings us to the second question. If using a launch service and doing giveaways isn't the cause for these suspensions, then what is? First, I want to point out that this recent rash of account suspensions isn't some sort of massive attack by Amazon on its sellers. Despite what you may have been seeing or reading online, only about 1 to 2% of sellers have been affected. This is very similar to last year's ReviewGate ordeal, where Amazon suddenly started suspending accounts and removing reviews from sellers that were trying to manipulate the review system by getting fake reviews. Amazon is taking things very seriously nowadays against sellers that are trying to game the system. So with that said, there's a few things that sellers are doing in association with using a launch service and giveaways that's triggering a review of their selling activity that's in violation of Amazon's terms of service. Amazon has recently updated their terms of service, which has to do specifically with misuse of the sales rank, as you can see here. Any attempt to manipulate sales rank is prohibited. You cannot solicit or knowingly accept fake or fraudulent orders, including placing your own orders for your own products. You cannot provide compensation to buyers for purchasing your products or provide claim codes to buyers for the purpose of inflating sales rank. So what does that mean? Obviously, it says in plain English here that you can't buy your own products or intentionally compensate buyers for the purpose of increasing sales velocity for the purpose of manipulating your sales rank, or BSR, which is your best seller's rank. So it's okay to use a launch service and run discounts or even deeply discounted promotions like 80 to 90% off deals, but not if your sole intention is to increase your sales rank. Doing so is triggering Amazon to review your account for fraudulent selling activity. What that means is if you run a promotion of 90% off or higher, your account is automatically being flagged for review. However, that alone doesn't mean you'll get your account suspended. What it does mean is that once your account is flagged for review, they're looking to see if there's any evidence that you're trying to manipulate your sales rank. So what kind of activity is triggering these suspensions? First, one trigger is if the majority of your sales is from the deeply discounted promotions, meaning your ratio of organic sales versus the promotional sales is massively skewed towards the promotions. Another trigger is from arbitrage sellers, or better known as hijackers. Inadvertently, when hijackers buy your product through your promotions, especially if these hijackers have multiple Amazon accounts and purchase multiple items from you, which all use the same payment type or getting those products shipped to the same address, Amazon thinks you're behind these purchases in an attempt to increase your sales rank. Another reason to hate hijackers. And third, which has to do with reviews, sellers using launch services in coordination with deep discounts are also doing follow-up emails asking for reviews. In Amazon's eyes, you're incentivizing reviews by offering these deep discounts, which is against the terms of service. So this brings us to the question everyone wants to know the answer to. How can you avoid getting your account suspended if using a launch service or running a promotion in itself isn't against the terms of service? Well, now that we have an understanding of what is causing the trigger of an account review and the seller activities that is causing the suspensions, here's what I suggest. If you don't want to put your account health at risk, or if you're a very risk-averse person, you can always just not use a launch service, period, or not run promotions at all. That's certainly an option you can take. You can still get your listing ranked by only doing PPC, and many successful sellers have done so using this tactic. Now, if you want to use a launch service and run promotions, and if you want to avoid triggering an account review, then don't run deeply discounted promotions. What's been discovered from multiple sources through contact with seller support is that discounts of 90% or higher is what's triggering these account reviews. You also have other options besides doing promotions. There's the buy one get one free, offering rebates instead, or simply offering a much smaller discount. Second, when you're doing a product launch, do not send any follow-up emails. Turn them off in the launch service that you're using. Asking for a review on purchases that involve a deep discount is in violation of Amazon's terms of service, like I mentioned earlier. And last, make sure that you're actively getting organic sales alongside your promotions, meaning you're running aggressive PPC campaigns, Facebook ads, or other means to generate organic sales so that your organic sales versus promotional sales ratio is more even. So what if you're one of the few that has been affected by the recent suspensions and your account is suspended? Amazon's going to ask you to provide a plan of action in order to get your account back. It's important here that you be completely honest and tell them everything that you've been doing, how you've been generating sales, and what services you've been using. Amazon's just looking for information and wants to gather as much detail as possible from you so they can close any loopholes or go after those that are actually doing black hat tactics. Just be as transparent as you can, and once you've provided sufficient information to Amazon, they will typically give your account back within a few days or weeks. And one last thing, because of this whole recent suspension ordeal, people have been questioning the effectiveness of doing giveaways altogether, and if they even work still to help with your sales velocity. Yes, giveaways still work, and the sales generated through the giveaways still count towards your sales velocity and sales rank. All of the major players in the industry have spoken out on this topic and unanimously agree that giveaways still work, as they can see the results from their sales data through their own software platforms. I recently did a video with Greg Mercer, the CEO and founder of Jungle Scout, and specifically asked him the same question, and he also confirmed that giveaways still work. I'll leave a link to that video over here. Basically, the bottom line is, if doing giveaways in itself was against Amazon's terms of service, Amazon would just remove the giveaway option altogether. Or if doing 90% discounts was against the terms of service, they would just remove that option from the system. So taking advantage of these options on Amazon to generate sales in and themselves is not in violation of the terms of service. It's the surrounding activities involved in doing so that's triggering these account suspensions. All right, I hope that clarifies this whole issue for you and gives you confidence in continuing to use launch services and running promotions. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section below. And again, I'll leave links to additional material and sources for you in the video description below so you can read up on it yourself if you're interested in looking deeper into this topic. All right, thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And to make sure you never miss a video, click that bell icon to turn on notifications. There's also a link in the video description to our community forums, which you should totally join. And if you're looking for more tips and strategy videos, click or tap over here. And as always, thanks for watching.